Oil has been rising steadily over the past 1 month, immediately after OPEC agreement to reduce output with effect from 1st of Jan 2017. And with oil, stock prices have also been going up. However, if you look at more recent data, US oil stock price seem to be gathering momentum once again. The world is not out of recession, and the evidence clearly suggests that the heydays for oil are temporarily going to come to an end very soon. In fact, oil should start correcting over the next few days itself. And for the rest of this year, oil is headed downwards for sure. A lot of the rally in developed markets, the London FTSE, the Dow Jones, has been predicated on a great amount of momentum that Trump, the president-elect's policies could have in his attempt to try and rebuild the infrastructure in the United States. Now, Donald Trump has a very difficult conundrum. As you must have seen, oil prices have been going up. The US dollar has also been gathering momentum and going upwards. If the US dollar continues to strengthen, this could become a problem for companies, for multinational companies which invest all over the world. It would disincentivize them to bring the money back into the United States, because if they employ more people in the US, they're paying them higher wages as compared to the weaker currencies in Asia and elsewhere, where they would have to pay. If the dollar was weaker, then they would have stood to gain, and this would have benefited. So Donald Trump's part of the policies of trying to bring back jobs into the United States will start faltering should the US dollar continue to gather further strength. And in this backdrop, the US Federal Reserve meets today. If they raise interest rates, as most people believe they will, or some people call it imminent, then the US dollar will rise even further. And this would further disincentivize companies to bring back the money back into the US shores and employ more people in the US. I believe that this is something which will have to be carefully crafted. The US Federal Reserve cannot afford to be overly aggressive in these situations. There is a difference between the intent and what really should happen. Let us look at various other parts of the world. US is one of the countries which is relatively safe, as it has probably got the least export affiliation as compared to other countries. Yet, things like the currency movements which takes place in other parts of the world definitely would have a say in America as well. Asian currencies have been falling off late, and there are other problems happening. Renminbi could get a further knock if the US Fed raises interest rates today, and this will again lead to further problems. You find that Chinese imports, Chinese products would become cheaper, much more cheaper. So I believe that there are dilemmas and conundrums, and all will have to be resolved in times to come. A part of the rally based on US dollar going up, oil prices going up, is bound to reverse course shortly. As coming back to the country which has been in the epicenter of most people's eyes is India. Demonetization has led to a lot of the black money being flushed out of the system. Parallel economy is in great state of despair. Exactly what Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, wanted, and I wholly support his objectives. However, although his objectives are to build a cashless society, I believe that he has to do this rather quickly now. certain businesses seem to be getting impacted. And eventually, I do understand that all this will go and lead to the or augur well for the well being of the Indian economy. But in the short to medium term, the pain seems to be immense. And I believe that the government should, and I am sure they are confident they are now about to unfurl a series of stimulus measures to try and stimulate the economy. Maybe they're waiting for the next 17 days for the December 30th period to get over the time within which the old notes could be exchanged, or not exchanged is over now, is deposited in Indian banks. Australia seems to be, by the way, considering another move towards demonetization. So I believe that the world is indeed entering an era and uncharted territories. Demonetization, there is not much track record, and many countries are moving towards that now. India needs to stimulate quickly. Oil, I believe, has run its course and it is bound to reverse trend and head downwards. Take your or make your investments bearing this in mind. Happy investing. Take care. Bye.